Hey everyone, Sean Clement here. We're going to show you how grass whips, hockey sticks, hammers, and a multitude of other tools are going to help you simplify the game beyond belief so that you can evolve into the golfer you're supposed to be. Enjoy. Hey everyone, Sean Clement here, and I'm at the Royal Quebec Golf Club in beautiful Quebec City. And today we're going to help you with your over-the-top affliction that you think that you're defective, but you're really not defective, you're just on the wrong task. And I'm going to show you how just being on the proper task is going to really help you out in a big way. So one of my favorite analogies in golf, and it's going to help you with your understanding of it. So if I was hammering something into the ground, so I'm going to take my hammer and hammer something straight into the ground, versus I'm going to take a hammer and hammer something, let's say, into a door frame. So if I have a door frame right here and I got my hammer and I want to let the weight of the hammer drive into the door frame, you notice how my head is behind the door frame. I wouldn't do this, I would bend the nail. However, if I had a sledgehammer and I wanted to drive that into the ground in one swoop, isn't that a beautiful over-the-top move? That's exactly what you're supposed to do if the ball is your target. So if we do the same thing with a golf club here, let's say this is simulating my door frame, and I want to deliver the hammer, I want to take the ball and squeeze it through the door frame. So I'm taking it back. I'm coming down and I'm getting ready to squeeze the ball through the door frame. So notice my approach is very much from the inside. If I take the hammer and I was trying to drive something into this door frame, you notice I wouldn't take the hammer this way. I wouldn't take it this way. I would take it in a direction that matches the direction I want to drive the nail. Notice how it's very much a little bit of an arc when I'm doing that. So I'm doing the same thing here with the golf ball. So let's say I had an axe in my hands or a sledgehammer. I'm going to take my axe. I want to heave the axe and deliver a nice blow to the base of my tree, or I want to take the sledgehammer and drive a nail into the side of a railroad tie. So I got my sledgehammer. I'm going to heave it up, and I'm going to let it fall through the nail into my railroad tie. In a million years, you would never heave the sledgehammer backwards. You'd take your leg out. You would never heave it away from you. You'd take your front leg out. You would never heave it up because now you'd be slamming it into the ground. So, if I move the ball to the side, just to show you how accurate this is, I got my sledgehammer. I heave the sledgehammer, let it go through the door frame. That was absolutely nutted. You can see my divot was very much along the surface of the ground. So if I'm hammering through the door frame with my sledgehammer, over the top does not exist. Versus, I am very worried about the contact with the ball and I need to put the club face on the ball. There's your over the top. If I want to hit the ball much harder, so here's another drill that we use that's phenomenal for over the top. So let's say, and this is an exercise that you want to make sure that you have plenty of room for. So let's say I want to throw my club towards my target. So you'll see right here's a little basket, and there's nobody on the range. Good. I'm going to take my club and I'm going to send it towards that basket in the distance, okay? Just to the end of the forward deck here. Here we go. So notice off goes the club toward the basket. How did my brain know when to let go? Well, because it had a target. So now, imagine I had a sword here and these were bamboo shoots that I wanted to slash through. There's me cutting through them. So here we go. slash through the bamboo shoots. If I do this, I'm splitting those bamboo shoots down to the ground. So now I got something heavier. There's my sword that I'm going to slash through with, or here's my club that I'm going to throw in that direction. So let's say I want to go back toward that basket. Perfect. There goes the club toward the basket. So notice how my brain is looking for the basket. It knows when to let go. So if you don't have a target to send the ball to, how are you supposed to know when to let go? Well, the ball's going to take over, and this is me throwing a club at the ball. This is me throwing a club with both hands to a target. How beautiful is that? This is me throwing a club with both hands towards a ball. So there's your over the top if that's your target, and there's no over the top if that's your target. So find yourself a wonderful analogy. So I've got 3-iron. There's my sledgehammer. Take my golf alignment. I got my sledgehammer in my hands. I see the nail that I'm going to drive through this door frame. Heave it through the door frame with my sledgehammer. See how that ball took off like a rocket. It was fantastic. So it's amazing how accurate we can be as human beings on this planet when we have the right task in our minds. So the ball can't ever be your target. The target's over there. How do you get there? Well, I can throw the club and predict where to put the ball. So if I take that 3-iron again, if I throw the club from here, I will miss the ball. Okay, here we go. Yes, I threw the club toward the basket. If I throw the club from here, I will top the ball. If I throw the club from here, I will cut the grass. Okay, so we're throwing the club and we're predicting that we're going to cut the grass with the sole of the club. We're throwing the club over there, throw the club over there. Oh, this is so pure. This is so much fun. I mean, that was just like, it's so enjoyable when you smoke one like that right in the center of that club face. Why? Because I was focusing on the correct task. If I go, I don't know, forget about that over there. I want to make sure I hit the ball solid. It's over. You can't go there anymore. Now you literally have 180 degrees worth of possibilities for where the ball's going to go. And then you're scratching your head wondering what the heck's going on. Use one of these tasks. Kiss the over the top goodbye. Enjoy.